Good afternoon, everybody. Uneducated Economist here. Got a mail call video for you. I went and picked up the mail today, and so I figured I'd open that up for you. Um, but before I open up the mail, wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things that I have seen just recently. Now, a lot of you know that I work retail sales at a lumber yard. Hardware store, lumber yard, mom and pop kind of place. I'm at the till. So when you walk through the door, I'm the first person you meet. When the phone rings, I'm the guy who answers the phone. My wife, she works at a grocery store. Same thing. She works at the till. When you're cashing out your groceries, she's the person you're talking to. So we see a lot when it comes to retail sales. And my sister, my wife's sister, she works retail at a department store. So, this is what my family does. If it wasn't retail sales, it was service. Or for me, it was carpentry. I built houses for a while too. So this is like what we've done our entire lives. And when all the supply chain breakdown started taking place, I kept asking, my wife. I was just like, "What are you seeing showing up in short supply? What are you seeing going up in price? What are you seeing happening?" Right? And so we keep an eye on things that were taking place, and it was kind of interesting some of the things that had happened. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but I was talking about the flour. Like, bags of flour had run out of supply, so they got like a substitute shipment come in, but it was this flour like from Mexico, and nobody wanted to buy it. And so it had to go on sale, and still nobody wanted to buy it. It was like super cheap, and it was just because it was this off brand that nobody recognized. It caused the demand for it to be like pretty much non-existent, and so they had to just get it out for any price they could, and that's what ended up happening with it. And so I noticed small things like this that take place. Well, last night I was calling bingo, and we had chicken for the prize, right? And a lot of you know that I call bingo down at the local tavern. So we had these packs of chicken for a prize, and I'm looking down and it said 99 cents a pound. And I thought to myself, man, 99 cents a pound really isn't that bad. Like, I remember like 99 cents a pound being like somewhat normal, right? I mean, sure, you could get it all the way down to like 69 cents a pound, and even sometimes you could even get it like at 30 cents a pound. But I have a hard time understanding how it is that you can hatch, feed, process, transport, sell a chicken for 30 cents a pound and still profit from it. That doesn't leave a whole lot of room for quality. Anyhow, these things are taking place, and that's, anyway, 99 cents a pound last night for this chicken. And then my wife brings home top sirloin for $6.99 a pound, and I thought, man, isn't this stuff like $10, $13 a pound typically? And she was like, yeah, but right now they just have it on the shelf for $6.99 a pound. It wasn't like on sale, and it wasn't like some kind of discounted item or anything like that. It was just, that's how much it was. So we picked up a few packages of that because, I mean, when's the last time you ever seen it for $6.99 a pound? Now, granted, a lot of times this is because there's an overabundance that was ordered maybe at a warehouse or from the store itself or something like that, that would force them to have to unload it at a cheaper price just to simply get their money back or recoup something from it before it spoils. But I have to believe that I think that this is probably more just a typical price that existed from the market value of what was going on at the time. One of the other things that I look at from the hardware end of things, and a lot of you guys know this, is the 15-pound felt. Now, this is like a vapor barrier for building, for new construction. When you sheet the house and then you go to put the siding up, you put a vapor barrier up. Now, this vapor barrier for the longest time was always 15-pound felt. I mean, it was the most common one out there. But as time has gone on, there's a lot of other alternative products that have come out in place of this 15-pound felt. However, prior to the pandemic, prior to, Fed stimulus, all that other stuff, 5 years ago, I was selling this 15-pound felt for $32 a roll. Today, it's $32 a roll. That hasn't changed. So I have to wonder, it was just like, so where's the dollar destruction going on with this felt? I mean, is there just such an abundance of felt that it offsets the price of the dollar devaluing? Like, is that what's happening? Like, as the dollar devalues, this felt is like, just the abundance of felt just keeps building, and so therefore the price has to go down? Or is the input cost into felt going down? Or what is it? I mean, why is there like this like this no change to this particular product? How come chicken seems to be at the price that it was? How can I get beef at a cheaper price? these things are going to start showing themselves. And I think it was actually Economic Ninja who was mentioning that, you're going to find little bits of deflation happening throughout the economy as things start to roll over. And I'm almost wondering if that's not, what's happening now. Okay, let's open up the mail. I'm babbling on here. First thing, UFO Engine sends me a postcard. And I love these postcards he sends. This one's the Bill of Rights. Now, if you have not learned the Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments to the Constitution, it is very important that you go and you learn the Bill of Rights. And if there was one that you're going to start with by memorizing it, it's the Fourth Amendment to the Constitution. That is, the rights of the people to be secure in the persons, houses, papers, and effects from unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, particularly describing the places to be searched and the persons and things to be seized. It's very important that you memorize that, know it by heart. That way, if there was ever a question about your rights coming up by an authority, you can just say, I'm sorry, but show me the warrant. And if they start to question you on it, the rights of the people to be secure in the person's houses, and just keep repeating it over and over again, and they'll leave you alone. Right? Or they'll arrest you, whatever. So, one of the two. So anyway, let's see if I can read this here. Okay. Howdy. A real hoot getting to see your boy on one of your posts and letting him let everybody know what the honesty is the best policy. Just saw money for nothing inside the Federal Reserve. It talked up their super screw ups. There we go. And how they have things super screwed up, up with 1% owning 99% of everything, and the rest soon to face another 1929 crash. Oh boy. I'm checking to see how much the DVD costs. Keep $1,000 in cash around the house, half a tank of gas in your car, have plenty of spam for sure, bullets and TP on hand. Always, as always. Anyway, Delta, Omicron, away. UFO engines. Sorry, guys. I am such a terrible reader. Thank you very much, UFO Engines, for sending me the postcard. Okay, let's see what's in some of these packages here. All right. This one, it looks like it's a Christmas card from L.A. Let me cover up the address there. There we go. So, you know who it will. Oh, yeah. Merry Christmas. Okay. Thank you very much for your YouTube videos. I hope you and your family have a Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy New Year. I'm not going to say the name just in case that, you don't want to be mentioned, but thank you very much for the Christmas card. I'm going to set it right there for that. Let's see here. This is kind of an interesting package. It was in a bank envelope, and it's like the way they wrote the address on here. All right. Let's see what's in this one, and I can feel it feels like, I don't know. Oh, cool. Oh, wow. So check it out. It's this really old Mercury diamond. So I'm going to put it over there in front of the camera. And then this seems to be a very old coin. My goodness. Wow. Hello, Simon. Congrats on the new house. Enjoy it. Being you sold everything, here is some junk silver to jumpstart the stack. As well, here is a coin from the Roman Empire. This one is of Marcus Minor. Died 20 or died 201 AD, was a treasury for military under Valerian crisis of 3rd century. Regards, Chris. Well, thank you so much, Chris. P.S. Roman coin is either copper or tin. I'm guessing copper. Dude, thank you so much, man. That is so awesome of you. Having a coin that old, I always imagine when you have old coins, especially one from this kind of era. I always wonder what did it purchase? What did it get used for throughout its life? Sometimes you'll find a penny that's just wore out and you think, man, how many different transactions was that penny involved in? I don't know. Do you guys ever think like that? Man, thank you so much, Chris. That is so cool. You guys are just the best. I love these mail call videos. Or just the mail in general. I like the mail call videos too. Hi, Simon. I just wanted to say great show. I like your perspective on things and how you paint a picture based on your viewpoint. I grew up in a family construction business, laborer, welder, machinist. I'm sorry. Anyhow, here in Washington State, then later we moved to Denver, Colorado, where I graduated high school. I learned at an early age, if you want to pick up reliable information, talk to a working guy. Talk to the guy behind the parts counter, lumberyard, coffee stand, metal shop. I learned a great insider information and later saw patterns repeat. I later discovered how to take advantage of these trends in my career. After high school, I joined the Air Force as an aircraft mechanic using the GI Bill, went to college, left the Air Force, and joined the Boeing company as an engineer on the 777 program. I later transferred to information technology. I used these same tactics to move up the career ladder to where I am today. You can see my portfolio on LinkedIn. If you study history, these patterns, cycles, and trends repeat over and over and over. Yes, with the new actors and the trends, but the core patterns, cycles, and trends emerge. Do you know about the K-wave? Look it up. This is true to governments. Look at the ancient world, ancient Greece, Rome, Nazi Germany, etc. Birth, rise, and fall of nations, including their debasement of currency. Thousands of currencies have failed, taking the political structure and notion with it. Enclosed is a Nazi Reichsmark coin. If we compare both post-Nazi Germany to the post-civilization, the same patterns emerge. This coin contains 0.625 silver. The Nazis thought if they offered sound money, the people would believe in the movement. When the war went full tilt, they dropped the silver content. We see the same patterns with Biden administration in the the stimulus checks. If you read the wording on the coin's edge, it says Jeminortzget Vizgarzinyets. I don't know if I did that right. Or common good takes priority over self-interest. Sounds familiar. Whether it is fascism, Nazism, communism, etc., any type of central planning government. There are tons of bad actors and efforts in the 100,000-piece puzzle with multiple layers. Things I have been researching since I was 10 when my grandmother taught me about the Federal Reserve over 40 years ago. We, you, me, George, Gerald, Lynette, and many others all know what's coming in the fourth turning. In the near future, when? That's the true question. Hope you enjoy the coin. Rob. Wow, that was a really long one, Rob. Thank you so much for the letter, man. Let's take a look at this coin. As a coin collector, I totally love and respect all coins, no matter where they came from or what era. It's the history behind it that I really appreciate, and it's not something that needs to be forgotten about. So, thank you, sir, for this piece of history. I really appreciate it. And it is definitely something that is going to go into my collection, and it's something to remember what happened. So, thank you, sir. Man, this is great mail call. This is a great mail call. Okay. So, next. All right. So, I'm guessing in here we have a book. I'm pretty sure the return address is from the distributor of the book. Let's see what this is here. Survival, a guide to staying afloat in the deep waters of life. Survival 101, that's what it is. Well, awesome. Oh, and it's signed by the author, Victoria. Very cool. Well, thank you. I mean, is it you, Miss Victoria, who has sent this to me? Thank you so much. I will do my best. A lot of you know that I have a reading disability, and trying to get through books has been a very difficult task. I have a few books that I really desperately want to read, and when I sit down to read, I have about maybe 10 minutes and my mind just starts drifting off into other places. So thank you so much for this book, though, Miss Victoria. I will definitely put it on my collection of things to read. It seems like it's definitely something that's right down my alley. You know, I've been thinking a lot about life and philosophy of life and stuff like that. You know, the loneliness video and some of the other things like, you know, what is wealth kind of thoughts. Anyway, thank you. Thank you, Miss Victoria. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's see what's in this box here. Got one more piece. And this is from Ganther Construction. I appreciate it. That's out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Cool. I have family from Wisconsin. From Cleveland. And Sheboygan Falls. Wow, you certainly taped it up, sir. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, okay. Simon, if it isn't too much trouble, could you please deliver the second cardboard envelope to George Gammon when you travel to Houston? Absolutely. Absolutely, I will. In January. I couldn't get a mailing address for him. Let me know if you need a different size on the Gantnerware. Although I sit in a chair most days, I still have mud on my boots. A carpenter apprenticeship in 10 years, swinging a hammer, turning out to be the better education for me than college. Fight to be free, Ben. Thank you, Ben, man. I really appreciate it. And yes, absolutely, I will deliver the second package to George Gammon when I see him. I've been trying to work on some of the what it is that I'm going to actually say down there. And, man, I tell you, I put together some stuff, but, like, man, I'm nervous as heck going down there to do this. But, you know, I mean, you got to challenge yourself, right? You got to make this stuff happen. All right, so there's the one for George. I'll set that aside for him and get that down to him. Let's check out some of the other stuff. Cool. Love it. Got some hats. Super appreciative, man. I love hats. I will certainly go into the collection of hats that I have. Cool. Nebo flashlight, man. These things are awesome. Super bright. Man, I love Nebo flashlights. Appreciate it. Oh, we got shirt. It says, "You got it." And then my favorite, the hoodies, right? So show the logo. And then again, you got it. On the back. Very cool. Very cool, man. Thank you so much, Ben. I really appreciate it. You know, you guys are just the best. I mean, I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have you guys with me, because I feel like, you know, you've been there like every step of the way. All the stuff that I have ever tried to come up with here on the videos and trying to get into this house and, you know, all this stuff. I mean, you guys have really seen some changes in me, so I appreciate you being here along the way. Uneducated Economist. Oh, wait a minute, I got this package. Sorry, let me give you one more. So, maybe I shouldn't open this one in case we're letting George know what it is. Nice, another Christmas card. Merry Christmas. Oh, dude, bro. Really? Man. Simon, you are an inspiration to all that follow you. Continued blessing, prosperity to you to you and yours in 2022. Thank you, sir. I thank you, man. That's really cool of you. Oh, wow, man. Oh, you got your own pieces? Check that out. Oh, so rad. Fight to be free. Oh, man, now that's cool. That is very cool. Uneducated Economist. You guys let me know.